I'm just going to hit record so we can finally hit record after being live for 20 minutes of just shooting the shit and saying thank you to people. I still have more people to thank, but I'm back from Europe. Boy, are my arms tired. I was in Amsterdam. Angel and I were in Amsterdam for MagicCon Amsterdam. And then we stayed in Amsterdam for an extra 11 days, 10 days. And it was great. I can now, I'm not kidding, I can now more or less just read Dutch. And not just the Dutch that looks like weird English or normal German. Like, I found myself just reading through menus and navigating signage pretty easily. It was kind of weird, odd experience. The point being, 10-hour flight back. We get home, and it's like 6:00 in the evening in Seattle. But my brain thinks that obviously it's like, what was it, 9 hours ahead? It's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or something like that. And I managed to stay up and eat dinner and then go to bed at like 10 p.m. Like maybe 9:30 or whatever, but like a reasonable time. I wake up the next morning at like 7 or 8. And I think I'm a genius. I'm like, oh my God, I beat jet lag. I one-shot jet lag. Go about my day. I'm feeling good. I slept a lot. My body's back at the cadence that it should be on the West Coast. 3:30 rolls around and I'm going, oh, I'm so tired. Why am I so tired? My dumbass didn't beat jet lag. I just happened to sync up. Like, I'm doing 6-7. It just happened to sync up. Because 6 p.m. rolls around. Angel's like, I'm going to take a nap. I'm like, okay. I'm just going to sit here and play Pokemon Pocket. Like 20 minutes after she goes to bed, I go to bed. And then she wakes up to make dinner. And I wake up and I go, just call me when dinner's ready. I did not beat jet lag. So then I slept from like 7 to 10. I woke up, ate a bunch of broccoli, chicken, cheese casserole, immediately went back to bed, and then woke up at 5 this morning. Oh my God. That was funny. So my brain's a little fried. My brain's a little fried. Who am I, James Turner? That fucker was streaming like an hour after I got up. Yeah. Insane. I am missing the PPR tomorrow. The Hobbit PPR is tomorrow over at twitch.tv/LenYordiron. I'm not going because I'm going to be in the United States of America until Saturday because Daniel Holt's getting married and I'm going to Daniel's wedding. I never miss a gay wedding. Never. Angel's got a new dress. I got a suit that fits better. Ooh, we're going to look good. It's going to be fun. Salami Superstar for the 46th month. Welcome back. How you doing? How you been? Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for all the support. Ignition Point for the 32nd month. Missed you in your streams while you're away. So glad you're back, and hopefully Europe was fun. Europe was great. I had a ton of fun. I'm also, if you don't know what this stream is going to be, you got the Stardew Valley Secret Lair. Hell yeah. Let's go, Angel. I'm just going to be chatting about Amsterdam, about the MagicCon, about the Canlander meetup. I'm going to be chatting about the city and kind of what we did there too, and all the cool people that we met and hung out with. And I have a stack of German foils, signed German foils, cool German pickups, and there's some other goodies that have been passed on to me by some very kind folks. I'm going to level with you. I basically have forgotten everybody's name. I'm usually pretty good at this. And if you see one of your gifts given, please let me know, because this is something that I take very seriously. And no, I know you're Hudra. I could sense the homo from across the room. I, you're not Hudra. But I did see a lot of you at the Canlander meetup, which was great. The people that I knew from that I've met before, I am going to remember. But you know, it's if I showcase a gift and you gave it to me, please let me know, because I truly take all of these to heart quite a bit. Kikator for the 6th month. Welcome back. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for the support. Chairbinger for the 43rd month. Welcome back for the Beyond Wheeler. And thanks again for signing your Wheeler of Fortune. Well, thank you so much for all the help with procuring those lovely German foils. And I hope you had a good event, and absolutely happy to sign that wheel. Chelsea for the 37th month. Welcome back. Harold Holmes for the 70th month. Welcome back. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much. NYC for the 17th month. You're telling me there's a big Italy? Can you believe it? There's an Italy where they don't just eat 50,000 pounds of ground beef every meal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. They still say the same slurs, but it just sounds better coming from their mouths. Splash Cryptic for the 18th month. You look good, boss. Thank you. I'm like... if I go home and weigh myself and it turns out that I am only up like 5 pounds, I'll take it. There's a chance also I'm just down weight, or I've stayed relatively the same. I had so much fucking gelato. I had so much gelato. And the pizza was good. But thank you so much for the kind words and the support. Okay, I think we're through. We're done. We're through. We're through all the subs. Giddy up. Yeehaw. Great. Okay. So, I was at MagicCon Amsterdam. Oh, wait. No, fuck. I have to do the dulls. We have the dulls. We have the dulls to do's. Oh, shit. I pressed the button and everything got bad. Best food in Amsterdam. Best food in Amsterdam. Oh, there was a Thai restaurant that was owned by like a couple that was like a Thai woman and a very well-dressed Jewish Dutch man. And it was the most like eating there felt like I was at home, and that was so nice. And it's close to the convention center too. It's kind of close to the convention center. If people are at Amsterdam again, it's on that street. There's a street with a bunch of a bunch of restaurants basically. That Thai place fucking ripped. It was great. It was great. I think that was the best meal because it felt so authentic and felt like something that I was surprised to encounter, because a lot of like the atmosphere of the Thai place definitely contributed to it. But it felt like it was after, 10 days of eating in restaurants or having delivery and that kind of stuff. It was nice to have something where you're like, oh, Chutima's Thai Food House. That's what it was. It felt like a place that I would go to, like a shop near my home that I would go to, right? It's I don't want to cook. I'm going to go to the place on the corner that's ran by this family that they know who I am, but they've known who I am for so long, they're kind of past the point where they feel comfortable asking what my name is. And so they're like, hey, there he is. That's the vibe I got. It was great. All right, let's type Nyx Weaver here. God, wouldn't it be funny if this was the day? 4 mana, rare, I don't know, Damnation. 5 mana, mythic, green card, Nissa World Waker. Huh? Oh, Garrick Primal Hunter. Angel's keyboard is cursed. Don't tell her that. Big Buy Wife Guy. What up? What up? Did I get my hair cut from the optometrist and my glasses from the barber? No. The other way around. I got my hair. Is this the first stream since I cut my hair? No, I did a lure stream with it. This is not like the new Wheeler cut. This is I got my hair cut short so that I can grow it out. Because I would get the sides short. I had to cut it short, everything short to help blend it. What am I doing? I don't know why I responded to Glasses Guy with the with a sincere statement, but here we are. Huh? Draw a card. What? Spectral Sailor. What would you do for a Spectral Sailor? What would you do with a Spectral Sailor? Mr. Watson? Ooh. There was so much mushroom coffee in Amsterdam. Amsterdam's food was wild. Also, I just realized I'm not supposed to be reading chat while I do this. It's been a long ass time. There was so much mushroom coffee and like a lot of plant-based stuff. Pretty impressed, honestly. I can understand why that might be a bit jarring for someone who hasn't experienced that kind of food or that they're not familiar with that, but it was great. Yeah, I didn't go to that shakshuka place, but I'll go next year because it's we're doing another MagicCon Amsterdam in 2027. Somebody's something? Huh? Eat an end of what? Why? I'm not. This is not how I do this at all. Until end of turn. Somebody's something. Who? Knees penis. Progress. Someone's progress. What? Wait. Hunter's Hunter. It's not progress, right? Hunter's prowess. Chung. What would you do for a Spectral Sailor? What would you do for a Spectral Sailor? Hi. We did it. We did the Hunter's prowess. Will we finally make rodeo dinner happen in Amsterdam 2K27? I don't know. Like I was hoping to do anything with the community during Amsterdam, but like I just didn't ever have time. Like the day would be over. I would have worked 12 hours and then I'm jet lagged and I'm like, I want to go home. And then we'd go home. We had the fucking every MagicCon, we have a company dinner. We have lure or family dinner, right? We have like a lure family dinner. And we usually go to a nice place, get some nice food, all that stuff. Like we make a little bit of an effort for sure. Sometimes less so, depending on what our schedule looks like. But we always try to find something nice, have a nice time. Our company dinner, and this is no shade because I wasn't going to fucking go anywhere. Our company dinner was just at the hotel restaurant. So that should tell you that should tell you the general kind of vibe of this trip. Everybody was just exhausted and working. And part of that is because there's just so many Europeans that were excited to see us, and it's a blessing. I had such a fun time at this MagicCon. Not too much shade to the Americans, but like the Europeans know how to treat a girl. Like they know how to make you feel special. Even if they have no idea how to talk to another human being. But that comes up with the Americans too. It's like they're polite, they're very complimentary, they are encouraging, and there's so goddamn many of you. And I get it, because like they don't show nearly enough love to Europe. Instead, we get to go to Detroit, which is going to be kind of funny. It's cool that they're having a MagicCon in my namesake city. It's much easier for us to source German foils. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Americans have been going through some stuff. Yeah, you're always going through stuff though. Y'all have been going through stuff since Carter. Not Vince Carter, but anywho, it was great. Somebody was mentioning all the €5. And it's funny you mention that. Because over the weekend, for those that don't know, I have a bit of telling people to give me $5 when they see me in person. I think it's a very funny bit. And I also think it's a bit that serves a purpose. One, it's social lubricant, meaning that if someone is really awkward, they at least have they have a way to go up and go, here's $5, I've initiated conversation. Two, it skips the feeling of guilt. There are so many times people, and I've seen it in some of the chat messages too, where people are apologetic for trying to talk to me or say hi or get something signed or take a picture. Dog, that's why we're there. I'm literally paid to be there to do that kind of stuff. It really shouldn't be an issue. But the one thing I gotta tell you, my pet peeve, which maybe makes me feel like my autism is cooler than other people's autism, is people over apologizing and feeling as though they are doing something bad when they're not doing something bad. Because my brain is like, why are you acting like this? You haven't done something that is bad. Behold my spreadsheet that shows all the bad things you can do in conversation. My brain doesn't understand why you are apologizing. So the $5 is a way for them to get into the conversation, give me a gift, and give me a gift that makes it feel like, well, I've given you this, now we can talk, right? Which is huge. Third, it's funny as hell. It's an ongoing bit that they get to participate in. It's always funny to receive it in front of other creators because they're like, what the hell has happened? Like anytime I'm talking to a creator and people come up and go, Mr. Wheeler, here you go. And they give me a $5 and they run away. Like that shit is hilarious. Every time it's hilarious. And then fourth, I guess not the most important, but some people don't want to give money via Twitch. They don't want to give money via Patreon, or they just like can't afford to support the stream and what we do, but they want to contribute. And I know it sounds weird that they can't do that and yet they're at a MagicCon, but you know, poor people deserve to go to the movies too. Is one part of that. And the other part of that is, yeah, their priorities might be different. They might not want to support through various companies that are involved in the process of, you know, funding my job. And then giving $5 is a way for them to say, hey, thank you so much. Like for doing what you do. It's a way for them to support. And finally, it's so fucking helpful. Not just because I'm getting money. I got like probably €600 over the weekend. That €600 helped Angel and I get gelato, go to the zoo. experience some artwork, catch bill or pay for things that other people like just didn't have cash on. It's just genuinely really helpful, unironically. So thank you so much to everybody that gave $5 or €5. Now, sometimes people give currencies that aren't of the... I guess I'll throw this one in there too. Sometimes I get currencies that aren't local. And so I have a stack here and some coins to show off. We didn't go to the Rijksmuseum because we went last year. We went to the Van Gogh Museum. Unfortunately, my favorite Van Gogh painting, which there's an actual name, but I call it Fat Baby, was on loan. And my second favorite one is Skeleton Smoking a Cigarette, was also on loan. But Angel got to see her. I got to see one of my other favorite Van Gogh paintings of the what is it called? It's a ship on the shore, the waves. It just like it. The painting changes depending on how close, like your perspective and how close you are to it. And if you're up close, you get to see like the foam of the waves, and when you pull out a little bit, it just looks like a picture of, you know, a painting of an ocean scene. You pull out further, and then it feels like you are standing on the shore, and you can walk up to, you know, have the water hit your feet. It's incredible. Olio for the 80th month. Time to pivot to hand model career. Hi, my name is Benjamin Wheeler. I'm 6'1". My hands look like these. I'm available to work out of Victoria, British Columbia, and Los Angeles, California. Yeah, this was the bag they give you. Okay, here are some of the currencies that were not euros that were given to me over the course of the weekend. I have some loose coins. There's some more coins somewhere. For some reason, somebody gave me an American quarter from 1994. Hold on. I need to get my OBS up so I can actually see that I'm showing it off. We have a Canadian loonie. Look at this fucking loonie. This loonie is from 2002. That's an old-ass loonie. I have Sacagawea dollar. This is a US $1 coin from 2001. Are the other coins in here? I think they're in my my fanny pack, because I have a 500 yen coin. I have a 5 Swiss franc coin as well. Let's see, what did we get here? Well, we got a $5. We have a $5 Canadian bill. I'll show off one of the very cool things that I was given that is related to this $5, or the older one. Okay, so we got what is this? A 20 Juan note? Canadian money? American money? I gotta put this American $5 bill in my wallet here. We got a New Zealand 10 pound $10 note. Yeah, a New Zealand $10 note. Look at those ducks. Wow. We've got a 50 kroner note. People loved giving me currency that was not a euro. And the thing is, everybody comes and goes, "No, I don't have any euros on me." And I'm like, I know you're fucking lying. I know you're lying, but go on. We got I got several of these. We have a £5 note from the Bank of Scotland. This is the Brigadoon. Now, I have several of these. I don't think I bundled them all together. Wow, that's a lot of American money. Because I have another £5 note from the Bank of Scotland. We got some fish on there. Pisces. I was told that these notes, they don't take them out of circulation, and also they don't, they're not always accepted. I was told that even in Scotland, somebody might refuse these notes. That's a $5 Canadian bill. I have a bill here. This one is really old. This is now. Before I show this off, one, slops to the members of Loading Ready Run that I showed this to, told them what year it was from, and then they asked if it was Nazi money. Uh-oh. OBS disconnecting? Reconnecting? Hello? Okay, I think I'm back. Hello, am I back? Did it cut out? Please respond if it cut out. Also, if it turns out this bill is illegal, I'm back? Great. What I was back, I was shaming members of Loading Ready Run for not understanding their history. Somebody gave me, from 1923, before the National Socialist Party, a 200,000 mark Reichsbank note from when this was 1923. This is not Nazi money. Just so we're out of the, get that out of the way. This is 200 years old, or 200 years, 100 years old. That's insane. This was a fake dollar bill that I was given. 5 wheel bucks. Cool and good tender. Thank you for spending me. It's great to be here. As you can see, it's Canadian $5. Illegal tender. The money streamer. I'm going to be the money streamer. This is a photo of me and a photo of Vancouver Island. Notably, Victoria is cut off by the 5. Okay. This one is sick. This one is sick. Also, Attack Cowboy for the 87th month. Welcome back. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. Glad to have you. Good to see you. What up? Zeradin, what did you say? Can we get the list? That way we can commit a snafu so we can apologize. Oh, I see. Yes. Thank you, Zeradin, for the 22nd month. No. You have to learn by fucking up. That's going to strike fear in everybody's heart. Draft Synthesis for the 36th month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Welcome back to the Western Hemisphere, my dude. Glad to be back. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. I was literally talking about this on the plane ride to the Netherlands, and there was an Ordinary Things video about it. This is legit. This is $100 million from the Bank of Zimbabwe. This is, I've always wanted one of these notes. If you're not familiar with what happened to the Bank of Zimbabwe, or rather, they now use USD, unless that's changed. But this is what hyperinflation looks like, baby. Quite literally having to get a raise. Don't Google hyperinflation. Well, you can Google it. You just need to make sure that there's another term attached to it, like Sonic. That'll help narrow it down. Here's a £5 note from the Bank of Gibraltar. I don't intend on going to Gibraltar anytime soon, but if I do, I'll be able to tip the pilot. That's $5 Canadian. This is a somebody bought a new wallet before going to MagicCon Amsterdam, and this is the euro, the 50 euro note. Kind of like, hey, this is what it looks like in your wallet specimen. Somebody gave me a €5 on-demand voucher for MagicCon that I was supposed to give to James, but I forgot it and left it in the hotel room. We have a £5 note from the Bank of England. I can't wait for MagicCon Gibraltar. This kind of looks like the fat baby from the Van Gogh. It's another fat baby. Another £5 note from the Bank of England. This note's very funny because you have Elizabeth looking this way. And then you have Elizabeth looking this way. It's kind of like the original shitpost. And then a bunch of American cash. Which I might use to purchase a Diet Coca-Cola at the local game store. All right, so that's all. Well, that's most of the cash that I received. The give Wheeler some money, which was very kind. I was given this as well at the meet and greet. I was given a copy of Chandalar in the box. The disc is in here. The guides are in here. I'm going to get this bad boy framed and put up on the wall in my office. I did not own... And this was the... this is from the original run. Because they did re-releases of it, right? But this is the OG. Based on the award-winning game by Richard Garfield. Yeah, this is exciting. There's... As you can see, somebody paid $65.75 for this. It's a booklet. All right, let's see what this game's all about. A little history. Historians in Chandalar call it simply Limdul's War, and though it ended long ago, its after effects have shaped every major event since. What is ultimately worse, like the struggles of a bee in a web, the vibrations of that conflict and the next have spread out into the multiverse. Unfortunately for the residents of this fucking little plane, I can't read that word without fucking. Fucking little plane. They've attracted attention. Soon, even the first brutal wizard's war will seem like the golden age. For most of its existence, Chandalar prospered alone. My God, I read on the plane. I haven't read aloud, I guess, for a while. This plane is unique in that it is fairly drowning in mana. The magical energy is so rich, in fact, that in ancient days, wizards here were able to create creatures of pure mana. Those creatures and their descendants, among them the great dragons, still roam the land. The richness and purity of Chandalar's mana is the reason for the plane's other unusual characteristic. The use of magic is commonplace. Though the more powerful magic is confined to the realm of the wizard. As on the other known planes, lesser spells are used every day by ordinary folk. Damn. I'm going to put that bad boy away. I'm so stoked. Yeah, this was very kind. I forget their name. Makes me feel like a real pisser, but they were very generous and very kind. I'm getting this bad boy framed, put up on the wall. I mean, hold on. No, I crossed out their name and address. What's an MTG spell that would be used in everyday life? Tooth and nail. This isn't really this isn't really something that was given to me, but I bought this for my nephew. It's a little elephant. We went to the Amsterdam Zoo. And they had baby elephants, and the baby elephants, they looked at me and they ran directly at me, and I felt like I didn't exactly need help getting radicalized in regards of saving this planet. And but it was one of those moments of like the elephant looked in my direction, ran in my direction with his mom being like, no, come back. And I was like, we must do everything to protect this planet. Angel got the baby a book. A Miffy book. I don't know if you know who Miffy is. This is Miffy. We have Miffy in Canada. Like, I grew up and knew about Miffy. Turns out Americans didn't grow up with Miffy. Look at her. She's so cute. She's so cute. Officer Hoyt, welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing, supporting the channel. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much. All right, I got a bunch of other stuff, but let's focus on the things people want to see. Pokemon cards. Now, I didn't get these at Amsterdam, but I'll show them off because... oh, what the hell is going on with my hand? Wow. For all of August on Is This Your Card, we are just playing retro Pokemon. I got some Pokemon Towers. I got some Brock's Protections. I got some Rocket's Sneak Attack, Holo. Picked up a base set Gyarados. 3 Jungle Nidoqueens. And 2 Rocket's Zapdos. Both from Gym, not from the celebrations. Very excited for those. All right. Let's show off some cards here. Because this is, after all, kind of a Magic stream. What do we want to start with? I have a couple of categories. So these are the German foils that I want to show off here. I have a full fat pack box of German foils. I've left with so many German foils. Here are all the cards, the German foils that I got signed. And then I have a very special goodie at the end. Let's just go through here. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, let's just go through this stack first. I'll go through the unsleeved ones. I'll start off with something that I found so funny. Maybe some Germans can help me because I don't collect German cards because I think the language is funny. That's something that I think other people do where they're like, haha, the names are so stupid. That's not why I collect German foils. But occasionally I do encounter a German card with a name that is so fucking funny to me. Because this is a German foil Writhing Crystalist. And its name is Zuckenderkokon, and I first read this as Zuckenderkokken. And that's got big poopin' fartin'. Zuckenderkokken. Oh, big, like, some biggest dickus energy right here. Oh. Oh, yes. Officer Hoyt, message me on Discord. I have the Heckin' Labyrinth at home. Yeah, just message me on Discord. I'm going to be making, because I picked up so many German foils, I have a bunch of English versions of these cards or non-English versions of the cards that I'm upgrading. So I'm going to be making a post about selling them and getting them to other players shortly. Definitely before MagicCon Atlanta. And so, yeah, just remind me there. Got a pyretic ritual or a pyretish ritual. This has been a long time coming. I had a Japanese version of this card. The foil is, it's not really getting picked up there, but kind of is. This was such a funny gift. Somebody gave me a Kustenturm, or Coastal Tower from Evasion. I played this shit in Type 2. Very pretty land. Oh, I got a culling ritual. Ooh. What is this? Osmerzong's ritual? Ooh, oh, the Y. Peretish ritual? Culling ritual. The Reach? Give him the Reach around. Mero Rittisman. Love the Reach. This was one of the cards. Shout out to Chairbringer for hitting me up with this one. Oh my god. Uberwachsene Grabstadt? Uberwachsene Grabstatter? Jesus Christ. It's an overgrown tomb. An original print overgrown tomb. Ooh. Amulet des Erzdrauden. An Archdruid's charm. Ooh. A student of warfare. Student der Kriegskunst. Kriegkunst. A green amulet. This one was so fucking funny. Verfangen. This is Tangle from Invasion. I have, I'll link it in chat too. I actually put together Turbo Fog in Canadian Highlander. I played Turbo Fog in Canlander in about 2009, 2010. Haven't played it since, obviously. And so this was kind of a funny, like, I updated this deck. Where the hell is it? Is Angel in the Canlander Discord? Oh, I'll get it later. There's a why did I close that window? I needed that window open. Fuck. No, fuck. Yeah, this foil tangle prompted me to put together update Turbo Fog in Canlander, and unironically, I think Fog might be an okay card to play. I think you could play Fog in like the 1-mana Fog, certainly. Like, I've been going through this thought process of, I think Silence and Orm's-Chant are underplayed. And like a Fog is just 1 mana instant speed, and what it does is going to be so much more powerful than a 1-mana card. Yeah, Moment's Peace is pretty good. I don't know. I've been thinking about Fogs. I've been thinking about Fogs. Oh, shit. Reeser, for the 14th month, thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Well, thank you for being here. It's great to have you. I hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Jules, for the 81st month. What up, Jules? How you doing? Welcome back, Ben. Good to briefly see you, Jules. And then you ran away. Shaking my head. We didn't even get to jam a game. I don't know why I'm shaming you. Wanted to jam? I mean, there were only so many hours. Also, I decided to play fucking Pixie and, you know, needed her for something. Well, that's no excuse. What about streamer privilege, huh? The Imperator Sykes gifted a sub to the community. Holy smokes. And that went to Fluffiest Guinea Pig. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Behold, Peter Parker's camera. Or as the Germans call it, Peter Parker's camera. What about girl-boyfriend privilege? Yeah, I get that too, right? Something parasocial. Anyways, here's a flow state. Here's a flow state. As everybody's supportive father in chat. Schaffensrausch? Schaffensrausch? That's for me. Oh, and Iris, thank you so much. It was, yes, this, I think the next card too then, the flashback. This is a dope one. The flow state, and then, yeah, the flashback. The Rookblend. Rookblender? I mean, you're supposed to pronounce the E at the end. When I get home, I'm going to build Scapeshift, and I'm going to be so annoying. Oh! The slog on my knob like corn on the cob. Lichtbogenslogger. Big slog. Ooh. Damn, the slog father? Fucking Arc Slogger. You know, you probably shouldn't play this card in Canadian Highlander in 2026. But if you resolve it and untap with it, you're probably winning the game. How do I find so many German cards? Barely saw any at the vendors. Some of them I ordered ahead of time. Some of them I coordinated picking them up with community members. Some people were like, hey, I know you collect German cards. I don't, and I have some and I want to give them to you. But yeah, it was not a ton. I left the con way under my budget. Like, I put aside a large amount of money for this event because this is like my fucking Christmas, right? I want to get as many German foils as possible. And I did not find a ton because the Germans also don't want German cards. They want English cards. Yeah, 3-for-1, the Austrians and JK are the Germans have German cards, but not a ton. I did get one of them from them that I'll show off in a bit. Can I interest you in a Badgermole Cub? Or as I call it, a Doc Small Wolf Junges? How do you do the J? Junges? I assume it's Junges, like young. Yangoose? I don't know why I'm showing off a sheltering... What is this? A shelter thicket? I mean, I'll play it in Scapeshift. I like this card. Oh, the Voldelische Flockfungerin? Voldalian Hexcatcher? That goes with the Reach, baby. This one was sick. I bought a bunch of German foils off of someone, and they're like, I'm just going to, there's a bunch of good cards, but also just a bunch of stuff that I don't need. This was in there. Geisterrat von Orzova. Damn. And Greg Staples was at the event, but spoiler alert, I already got cards signed by Greg Staples before I picked this up, and his lineup was huge, so I wasn't going to pop back into it. This one is really interesting to me. This is Greasefang, but the card is Motazon Okiba Chiefen. Chiefen? Like, Mota, I guess Greasefang, Zon is Fang, right? Mota is not... Like, I would have thought they would just stick with Greasefang as, like, a proper name. I don't know. I was kind of surprised that it had a different name. Motazon, yeah. Oh, Tooth. Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember the name of Tooth and Nail, because I have a German Tooth and Nail. Cosmogoyf. It's just a Cosmogoyf, but with a K instead of a C. I'd like to try building a Cosmogoyf combo deck in Canlander. This one's really cool too. Another card that I got after I got cards signed by Randy Gallegos. It's Dance of the Dead in German, and it's called Totentanz. And Totentanz is the name of a card. There's a character from Wilds of Eldraine called Totentanz, which I thought was kind of cool. Yeah. See, this is the fun part about collecting shit like this, Like, not only does it make picking up these cards really exciting, I fucking learned something. I love learning something. This was, I mean, okay, so for people that happen to live in Europe that I will see at events, secretly, one of the number one things that I've been looking to fill out are non-foil German cards. Cards like Totentanz here and the Savine's Reclamation, or Savine's Rückgewinnung, getting them in German, because they're the original printing and they're available in German. They're surprisingly difficult to find, but whenever I find them, either they're cheap or players are like, yeah, please, for the love of God, just give me an English version. Like, I'd like a Toxic Deluge and a True Name Nemesis, you know, obviously the ones that are good in Canlander. If you want an English version, you want to trade, open to it. Also just open to buying them or anything. But yeah, this one was so sick because I've been looking for a German version of this card for a while. Ooh, this is so funny. Goblin Lucky. So there was a gentleman who I met, had a podcast called The Personal Tutors, I believe, where they bring on someone and they talk about, you know, a bunch of the cards that they like, and they kind of have a chat, who very kindly, it's Octopus, right? Octopus? We have this exchange where I've received German versions of cards that I have English copies of that I will then trade back to them either in Amsterdam or I'll just mail it back to them, which I think is really funny. That's a very like, this is the kind of shit that they would do in the early 2000s. And it's really cool to get to do it now because, again, I'm never expecting to just receive something without giving something in return. Very pen pal coded. Exactly, Wilco. Yeah. Yeah. Octopus gave me their binder full of very expensive cards, including, hold on, where did it go? I'll skip. Oh, it's at the top, including, like this, German time spiral or Zeitspirale. But it's basically just like, pick out the cards you want, and we'll figure it out later. And I'm just walking around with this small binder where I'm like, this person gave me like $500 worth of cards to hold. And I mean, what am I going to do? Run away? But it's still, again, very pen pal coded, very early 2000s, late 90s. And I kind of like that we got to do that, you know, including the Statische Sphäre, a static orb. Ooh. Who wants to jack it with me? Because we've got the Orkholzfalle. Orkholzfalle. I assume that is Holzfalle is like, faller is like they're felling, like they're, you know, a tree, right? I'm very excited to get the jack. Kappa Cat Cannon. Oh no, it is just Cannoneer. This is another good example of a card where to get an original print German copy, couldn't get to Jesper, so I didn't get my Thoracle or my Kappa signed. Angel and I, can I get a shout out to Angel? Round of applause for Angel, please. Because she was an absolute fucking trooper. I will cover a lot of it when we get to the signed cards. But Angel and I were in these lineups, in these trenches, getting a bunch of shit signed, and wouldn't have been able to get as many cards signed if it weren't for her and her help. I mean, she got a bunch of stuff signed too, and I'm really happy for her. Mystic Remora, or Mystica Vels. I want to try playing this card more in Canlander. I think it's pretty okay. It's the kind of card where I don't think you really want to play it on turn 1, but I don't mind playing it on like turn 3. And it's only a 1-mana card. I'm basically just going through this phase of reevaluating any 1-mana card that does something above 1 mana and just being like, yeah, this should probably see play, right? A Show and Tell, or a Sackkunde. I'm a little like, Sachkunde. Because show and tell is like a phrase, right? It's like it's a an idiom of sorts. It's a I wonder what a more direct translation of it is. Sachkunde, teachings of things and teachings of. Okay. Barely a vintage staple. I remember when Mystic Remora was a 4 of in vintage. Like that was a deck. Like you would play like Remora control with mana drains and stuff. Fierstos. Fire Blast. Gedonkenstein. This is one of those funny ones because I know this card, obviously Mind Stone, not the Mind Stone, but Mind Stone. And Gedonken is the word that is used on Brainstorm as well, Gedankenwirbel. And so it's like, is Gedonken mind or is it brain or is it the same word just kind of used? You'll learn stuff. It's thought. Wow. What? What's Brainstone? Not much. What's Brainstone to you? Lebendige Brücke. The Ensnaring Bridge. Baloth Primus. I have a German foil Optimus Prime from the Transformers thing. Somebody gave it to me. It's very funny. Para, welcome back for the 87th month. What up? How you doing? Hope you had a good flight back. Good rest of your time in Amsterdam. Shoutouts to Para. Para was let's get a round of applause, please, for Para while we're here. Super helpful in herding people from the originally like designated area for the Canliner meetup, in which we had too many people and there were not enough spots, and helping to herd. There was like a wave of Canlander players crossing the floor to get to a spot with actual tables, where the Canlander meetup had like high 70s, 80 people or so, like kind of concurrent. Could be more, could be less. People stayed at the first area. You know, it's just, it was the shout outs to Para. And then also at the end where a woman was trying to find a playmat to give to her brother or her nephew or something. And I didn't have an extra playmat on me because I left them all at the hotel. And I was like, here's a playmat that was left with Bill from the Spike Feeders, and then he had to go. I don't know whose playmat this is, so let's call out to see if this belongs to anybody before I just give it away. Turns out it belonged to Para. So shout out to Para for being a real mensch for giving away the playmat from the con to an 8-year-old child. Probably made their day. Also, Para, I found my playmat, my version of that playmat. If you want one of those playmats, I can bring it for you to Atlanta. A Findhorn Elfin. Ooh, Aufblitzen. Flash. Yowza. Zundermauer. Yeah, the playmat got signed by a bunch of people. It was really cool. A Tinderwall. Urza's brochure. Zundermauer. Urza's bauble. The original art for this just sold, by the way, for some absolutely insane amount of money. Obviously, it's a Chris Rush. Wurzelmauer. Wallaroots. And then Titus Blitzball Ass. Catch you later, Jules. Have a good legacy. So these are the German... Oh, no, that's not all of them, actually. There's one other card. These are all the German foils that weren't in decks that I picked up, and German non-foils. there are, I shouldn't say all, because again, I have like a fat pack full of other German foils, but these are some of the like cool ones or the ones that were given directly to me, that kind of thing. There's also this card here. So this was given to me. If you watch this, please let me know your name, because this is insane. Like I said, I go to these events with, for Amsterdam, I saved up money. I put away money. I budget for everything. I don't like spending contrary to what I'm about to show you and all the stuff on the stream. I don't like spending a lot of money on Magic the Gathering. I tend to, like, I'm fortunate enough that I make a comfortable living so that I can budget, X amount of dollars that go towards my German foils and whatnot. And I was at Amsterdam. I'm like, okay, I have some big ticket items to hit, but I don't know if I'll find them. And also some of these are real fucking big. And somebody came up, they're like, hey, I want to give this to you. And it was an original print German foil brain freeze. Frost. This thing is like $500. And anytime somebody gives me something, honestly, anything more than $5, I'm like, are you sure? Are you positive? Can I give you anything in response? Like, I want to make sure you know what this is. And they're like, yeah, I want to give it to you. And it was so, because this was one of the fucking things I had on my list. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to find one, but maybe it's like this in Defense Grid. And this was like a, holy shit, this made my weekend. If you're in chat or if you watch the VOD, let me know. Thank you so much. I've been beaming about it since then. And I've got brain freeze decks to play on North 100. And I'd love to be able to give you a shout out on North 100. When I kill Surge or Nelson or Angel with a lethal brain freeze. And for the 11th month, Magic the Gathering, if I have to, sure. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Enslaved to Bolus for the 7th month. Sup, dude? Hey, how you doing? Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, I think it's spiked because of Pre-Modern and Cube and all old bordered foils are all going up because the people that hate UB and that they hate like the new cards getting printed, they now have something that they can just pour all their money into. And so a lot of these cards are going up, which is really unfortunate because I just want to buy them for my fake format. I want to buy them. Were there cards before these? No, there were some Pokemon cards, but these are all the these are the new pickups. Now we're going to cover the cards that were in decks. Let me get all the Pixie cards together. I bought a lot of cards here. I brought 2 decks to Amsterdam. I brought Mardu Pixie Welder, and I brought Regrowth Storm. And I kind of showed it off. I'll start with the Regrowth Storm because this is the Pixie pile. Weasels for the 75th month. What up? Thank you for having me in Amsterdam. It was great to be there. Thank you for being there. It was great to have you. I hope your flight back wasn't too bad and your phone situation worked out for you. Weasels got 124 cards signed, or you got 119 out of 124? Absolutely insane. How many cards do I got signed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 33. I have 38 cards signed, and I feel like that was a good amount. Yes, I have the Nemesis Blastoderm is in the box, I think. Where is it? You gotta understand, I have so many goddamn cards. Maybe it's in the other box. So here are the cards for Regrowth Storm I got in German foil. Or German, Limduel's Vault. German cards from early sets are so funny. The printing is just like, this looks fake. It's so much lighter than an English copy of Limdul's Vault. It's very, very funny. Limdul's Gruft, like the billy goats. Ooh, a crystal vein. Gruft. Crystallade. 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 Crystal vein. Ooh. Edelstein mine. A gemstone mine. Ooh la la. The cards I got for Regrowth Storm are pretty kind of, I mean, they're just for Benny Wheels, really. Argevische Fund. Argevische Fund? Argivian Find? Fund? This is a big one. Sleight of Hand from Portal Second Age. I had a 9th edition German foil one that I believe I traded with Raikkoon for, which, big ups to Raikkoon for doing that. But I'm a big stickler for original printing. If Raikkoon wants it back and they see this, I'm more than happy to give it back to them. But I got the Taschenspielerei. Ooh, that can... let's show off the Ritual Restoration. Ritual der Wiederherstellung. All these cards just to return one Black Lotus to your hand, huh? This was a big one. I have a Japanese Yawgmoth's Will. I've been trying to get English. Every card in my collection I wanted either English or German. And I have a bunch of cards that are from assorted languages because people would trade them to me straight across, plus like a pack credit or like a ginger ale or something, because I knew what all the cards did, right? And so I've had this Japanese Yawgmoth's Will forever, and it was always stuck out like a sore thumb to me because I cast Yawgmoth's Will a lot. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. And to get a Yawgmoth's Wheeler, which kind of sounds like Yawgmoth's Wheeler. Okay, pretty good. Pretty cool. And now, here's the big ticket purchase. This is the biggest thing that I picked up over the weekend. It's a V sound? Yeah, Yawgmoth's Wheeler. But that still sounds like Wheeler. Come on. Ziathian for the 27th month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. This is the biggest pickup of the weekend. After this, I only need 2 more fetch lands, and they're climbing up in price. I'm gonna take this bad boy out of the case. There's Zerzoste Heide. Zerzoste Heide. Damn. I remember buying, when I bought it from the shop had 2 copies of them. One of the dealers had two German foils. This was the nicer version, the prettier copy. And on Card Market, the store had this for €600. On Card Market, there was a damaged one for about €425, and then 2 copies that were in comparable or frankly worse condition than this one also for €600. And I was like, I don't know if I want to buy this. I'll think about it. The next day I checked Card Market. One of the €600 copies is gone. And the 425 copy is gone. And I go back and I snatch this up. Remember the guy was like, there was a guy next to me when I was buying this. I just go up and like, excuse me, I want that one. And this guy was like, getting an old border fetch land, huh? And he sees like, that's foil? And I'm like, yeah, need it for my set. And the woman at the stand was like, €600, please. And the guy goes like, 1 card? And just like freaks out. Buddy, why do you think I get people to give me €5? No, this is something that I've been saving up for, and I've been trying to, complete my set. It's so sick because this is just my windswept heath for the rest of my life. I'm good. I'm done. I don't need to buy another one. If I get this bad boy signed, we're good. I'm done. Do you know how freeing that is? That shit is that is I just don't ever have to think about that anymore. Now, Gangly's asking which ones do I have left. I do have Polluted Delta, which that's going to be the most expensive one. And I need Wooded Foothills. Those are the only two left that I need. Yeah, Delta isn't easy to find. They had an English foil one, and it's also not cheap. That's going to be the one where if I see it, even if it's a little bit much, if I can afford it, I'm gonna pick it up just to be like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. These are all my Pixie cards. There's so many of them. We got a Chainsaw or a Kettensoga. 1850 euro. Oh fuck. Reliquie. I started reading this in French. Reliquie. It's Dusk Rose Reliquary. The A is like AI in air. Kettensega. Sega. Schaefer de Herder? Schaefer de Herder? Shepherd of the Flock. Verpesteter Trunk. Mephetic Draft. Inspector Nuling. Office Inspector. Blutbrunnen. A blood fountain. Jesus. Zentfordernd Klinge? I don't fucking know. It's a tithing blade. Moxit Legerung. Pauper Staples, let's go. When I played against a Blue Moon player from the UK, and they were also talking about how they were a Pauper player, and I just played them with Pixie, and I was just poppering all over the place. It was so fucking funny. They're just like, no, I'm losing to fucking Mardu Synthesizer here, too. Ambrosia Weisshaus. Oh, shit, a new Min dropped. Hold on, let me get through all these. Restorator Vertro... No, Germans, please. Please. Kreisegen Faller? Fabelwurm Spiegelzerbrecher. Und Spiegelung von Kikijiki. Spiegelung von Kikijiki. Word? Oh, worm? Oh, this fucking dog. This one, I wish I remember the name of the person that gave me this one, because I tried to order this one twice. I tried to order this one twice before showing up, and both times they're like, sorry, it's out of the system. And I was like, fuck, I have to stare at this English Philia for the rest of my life. And no, Philia Philia Überschwänglich Schaferin. Stupid dog. Finsteres Sterumchen. Damn. Elegante Salon. Ooh. I think this is the last... No, I think... No, I need a commercial district. I need commercial district, and then I have all of the German foil surveil lands. Ooh. Chwinga. Okay, so this is Chwinga. Do I pronounce this W as a V? Chwinga Retta? Chwinga Retta? And I was so happy to get this. Night Nurse Helden Heilerin. The only Marvel Superheroes card I have in German foil, and it's my favorite one. It's Night Nurse. This card, I love this card so much. I had lethal against someone where I played a Legion Extruder, shot them, sacrificed the Legion Extruder, or I shot them with Legion Extruder, Goblin engineered the Legion Extruder, Night Nursed it back, and replayed it. That was sick. That was dope. All right. Min Min for the 19th month. Benjamin, watching you unpack everything you picked up at Amsterdam is honestly the best. The way you go into the stories behind each card, we can tell it actually matters to you and not just as content. It's a small thing, but it's a big part of why your streams feel so personal. Like we're just hanging out with you. You never manufacture excitement. We get to see you genuinely geek out over the things you love, and that's so easy to connect with. Welcome back, proud of you. And people say it's AI. There's no way it's AI. That is too heartfelt. Slightly tongue-in-cheek, but I can feel the genuine kind of like, yeah. Thank you, Minion, for all the support. Hope you're doing well. I psyop for the 20th month. Welcome back. How you doing? I saw Yogwill in the stream thumbnail. Also, I just got a playset of German FBB bolts. Hell yeah. I bet I know those bad boys looking good. Everybody say hi to Angel. Can I help you?
No.
No? She left. I'm going to chase after her, and by her, I mean Diet Dr. Pepper. Damn, it's hot in here. Shouldn't this door be closed? Y'all mind if I smoke in here? Oh, I drank that way too quick. Oh, excuse me. I can't even mute that. The Only Pirate in HR, welcome back for the 28th month. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. Did I try Dr. Foots in the Netherlands? No, I did not. What is that? Angel was very upset that there was no full sugar Sprite or 7-Up. Next MagicCon we're both at, I'm going to make sure you get the pickle. Can I take the pickle lighter on a plane? If I can, then I'll, perfect. But I'm a little worried. All right. These are cards that I got signed, or Angel got signed with me, or for me. I'm going to go buy artists because I have some of these cards. We've got artists with multiple cards. Starting out pretty quick here. We have Gold Schlambrucke, signed by Aaron Miller. For those of you that don't know, when I'm at a MagicCon, my favorite thing to do, I mean, obviously I buy the German foils, but you got to go to the artist. If you ever want to feel great about what you do in this game and your relationship with your hobby, you get your cards signed, talk to the artist, support the artist. That shit's the best, dog. It is so cool to meet them, to chop it up with them sometimes, to make the cards yours. I know this one is just a common, but this is my fucking Goldmire bridge, right? There are many like it, but this one is mine. And it's just cool. It's like, yeah, I know when I got this signed. You know, this is my copy. And I think that's really cool. It makes it feel like it's yours. That's by Aaron Miller. Next up, Chris Rawlis. I have a Nissa Who Shakes the World, or Nissa Erschüttern... No, wait, fuck. Erschüttern de Welt. I get all my stuff shadow signed as well, and I typically will tell the artist whatever they think looks best. So I got a green... This is like a lovely forest green and black by Chris Rawlis here. I got Teferi, Held Dominarias. Look at that blue on blue. This shit pops. The light blue on the dark blue. Damn, that's good. I got Teferi de Zeitweisende with a darker blue. So this is the other cool thing, because these are both Teferis. They're both done by Chris Rawlis. They have a pretty similar kind of like color scheme, but the like light blue as the primary for the Hero Dominaria really stands out because there's just more sky in the background. You get, you know, lighter colors in general. And then you just have the dark blue with the black on this. Woo! And this one I got to take out of the sleeve because it's a double face card. A Johnny, holy shit. A Johnny Os Gestos Sinne der Nakadel und a Johnny Reka der Nakadel. So we got a Johnny Nakadel Pariah with like, this is like a pink. That's a pink? It's like a pinkish red, right?
It's red.
Okay, Angel says it's red, but I think it's more of a pinkish red. It's like almost like a grapefruit with black, and then you got to get it on the back. If you got a double face card, you got to get it on the back. Salmon. You gotta get the front, and you got to get the back. Also, I'm not going to name names. I once went to an artist to get a double face card signed, and they charged me for both signatures, which I just want to pay the artist. I want to give them money. They're taking time out of their weekend, you know, whatever. Like, I want to pay them money, but they charged me for both. And then I was at another artist for a double face card, and I asked before getting it signed. I was like, "Do you charge for both signatures? Like if for each of them?" And the artist just looked me in the eye and go, "No, man." Like, it was like the scene from fucking Office Space where he's like, No, man. Hell no, man. It's one card. I'm signing one card." And I was like, the GOAT. I mean, I'll tell you who the guy that the artist that said I'm signing one card, Randy Gallegos, one of the GOATs of the game. Awesome guy to talk to at the events. Get your shit signed by him. Beautiful signature. Yeah. Chris Rawlis also signed both sides. I asked, like, is it one signature? Or, like, am I charged for one or two? And he's like, it's one card. I'm signing one card. Yeah, Randy is dope. Randy's dope. Again, if the artist is like, I'm going to charge you for both, sure, I'll pay it. Because I just want to make sure that they get money for what they're doing. There was a time where you would not have to pay for signatures. Like, I've been getting shit signed at cons for long enough that you wouldn't have to pay for signatures. There was an expectation that if they signed stuff, you would tip them. And, you know, I would still effectively pay them, but it was like $5 a shadow. And that was only after they started doing shadows. There was a period of time where the artists just didn't do shadows. They just didn't know what shadows were, or they knew what doubles were, but they just didn't do doubles. And of course, friend of the show, Robin Sorensen, likes to take some credit for telling, I forget which artist it was, but he's like, I think I got the artists onto doing shadows because I asked someone at GP Nagoya 2005 to do a double signature, and they're like, nobody's asked me to do this. He's like, you should do it, man. It's dope. This is how you do it. Because Robin, comes from like a graffiti and a street art street art background. And he's like, yeah. And I told this artist, and then they told their friends and whatever. And anyways, from Christy Balinescu, who I wish I had, some of these artists, I just wish I had more of their cards in German foil. Got the Razorgrass Ambush, because that's a nice, very lovely person to chat to. Great looking signature. Very cheap too. It was like $8 for a shadow. And they have some great cards. Mazengolfer for the 56 month. Howdy Wheeler and welcome back. Hope your travel was smooth. It was great. I played Mahjong. It was a 10-hour flight back. I played Mahjong for like 4 hours. I didn't watch a damn movie. I read a volume of 20th Century Boys. I played a bunch of Mahjong. I wrote up a bunch of documents for Shimon Wheeler Love Magic, and I watched some Pauper gameplay. I don't think I've ever had a flight where I haven't watched a movie. And I've let alone a 10-hour flight. Speaking of relatively newer artists to the game, but just like pumping out nothing but bangers, is Eli Minaya. Got the German Rise of the Eldrazi, the Aufstieg de Eldrazi. Another artist who I wish, I already got most of my stuff by him done. I just wish there were a couple other cards that I wish I had more of, but I picked this one up at the event and I'm excited to have that. Here's a big one. Greg Staples. I saw Greg Staples in Amsterdam in 2024. I got a bunch of stuff signed. Some of you might be a little familiar with one of my favorite Magic cards of all time. One of my favorite creatures of all time. And this isn't just a bit, but I'm an angel guy. I like angels. And in particular, there's a certain angel that I really like, and I played a lot when it was in Standard, and I played it in Legacy, and I played it in Canadian Highlander. And in Amsterdam 2024, I had ordered a German foil copy of this card, and I got a copy from M11, not M10, which was not correct. And then the next time I ordered it, it was just English foil. Since then, I managed to get a German foil, and I managed to get it shadow signed. Greg Staples, shadow signed, M10, Bane Slayer Angel, Bonenda Angle. This is a big one. This is a big one for me. Yeah, I fucking love this card. I kind of want to play it more in Canlander. I made a post. I remember making a post on Twitter where I'm like, I just realized one of the things that I just want to do in Magic the Gathering is cast Bane Slayer Angel and have Force of Will backup. And it just feels real nice. Also from Greg Staples. The Storm players on the Discord call it a boomer card. But every time I was playing Regrowth Storm, and I kept finding myself in a spot where I was like, if I had Ill-Gotten Gains in my deck, I win the game. And it happened too many times, and I said, fuck it, I'm putting Ill-Gotten Gains in Regrowth Storm. And I have my German Ill-Gotten Gains, Unverdiente Reichtümer. Shadow signed by Greg Staples. Beautiful card. And then I'll bring out the second piece too. I'll move into the second artist. I have a card that was gifted to me by Johan. So shout out to Johan if you're watching. Thank you. This was a very generous gift. Also, glad we could do a little bit of a trade, and the chocolate was incredible. That got me through an evening. I needed some fucking sugar, and it was there, and it was perfect. It's the Chain of Smog, or Kette de Qualm? Kette de Qualm? And you'll notice I got it signed in green and black shadow. Because while I now have, I believe because of Johan as well, a German foil Witherbloom Apprentice, the artist for Witherbloom Apprentice wasn't there. However, Igor Kirillek, one of my favorite artists in the game, was there. So he got to shadow sign my my wife, my Schilfmoor Hexe, in a green and a black. Igor was so funny. I was like, "You're my favorite. I think you're one of the best in the game." And he's like, "Oh, say I also think that." And I was like, "Damn, that's so fucking funny of you to say." He was like, his like artist proof binder was all over the place. Some guy got Barrowgoyfs in front of me signed, and he's like, this isn't even a Lurgoyf, right? And the guy's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I made this for Duels of the Planeswalkers in like 2010. He's like, they were going to do digital only cards, and I made this piece for them. Then they didn't do the digital only cards, but then they said they were going to use it for loading screens, and then they didn't use them for loading screens, and then they just kept it, and then they printed it in Modern Horizons. And I'm standing there listening to this. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to know this. Like, yeah, it's Barrowgoyf's art. It was like made in 2000 or maybe like 2011 for the game in 2013 or something. He didn't strike me as the kind of guy to lie. Dagother back for the 8th month. Welcome back. Or, the 10th month, excuse me. Glad to have you. Good to see it. Welcome back on Sweet Cards. Donka. Thank you so much. It's insane lore. This is why you get your cards signed. They look pretty. They're forever your copy. You can get thematic with the coloring, and you get to hear shit from artists that they don't care. They don't, what if I did that? No, it's the other line. Anyways, let's continue along the Igor line. I've got an Arkham's Astrolabium. Got an Arkham's Astrolabium. A Finsteres Gesup. Ooh, a Dark Petition. And a Spellseeker. Not a Spellseeker. Not in German. This card doesn't come in German in the original print. It's just a normal foil, but I think it looks pretty cool. Emma, what up? I'm sorry we didn't get to play a game, but there's always next year. MagicCon Amsterdam 2027. And a very merry Canadian Highlander to you, too. I'm going to skip ahead because there's a very funny story. So I got some stuff signed. Oh, no, this is from Chris Rawliss's line. Because Igor and Chris Rawliss's booth were next to each other. So I'll skip ahead a little bit. I was in Igor's line. Chris Rawliss's line. And this was Sunday morning where I had a guest badge. The guest badge is a very weird badge. Basically, for the longest time, it's been a badge that nobody knows what it does. But it was given to us because Loading Ready Run has a very specific agreement with MagicCon. I'm not going to go too into how the sausage gets made, but the TLDR is we're not production, but we're not like we're paid to be there, right? So the badge is either just a production badge, you could do anything you want with it, or it's basically just a normal weekend entry pass because people don't know what that badge means. The Sunday rolls around, we got a bunch of cards to get signed, we're up and early, and Angel also has a guest badge for this, which was huge. Shout out to James for getting Angel a guest badge. Because at this event, she was signing shit. She was getting people to sign people were signing her. She was signing cards for people, signing playmats for people, taking selfies. It was great because I got to go like, oh, look who's a content creator. Look who's an influencer. We sneak in to the event, But sneak in, I mean, I got into the guest area, or we got into the guest area, which then let us get onto the floor, which let us get into the artist area. And we're getting some stuff signed. And I don't know if you know about one of the things that certain artists do. If an artist is a combination of popular and slow at signing, they will often use a ticket system. There are these like postcards or tickets where you get a ticket and you get a time slot and you have to be at that time slot. And there's no, to try to avoid like a massive lineup and stuff. This happens with like Rebecca Gay, Elena Daner, Cynthia Shepard, and yes, as Hugh just pointing out, Magali. And Angel has a bunch of Magali cards. Angel has we've gotten cards signed by Magali before. At MagicCon Amsterdam 2024, and there was some other cards before that, because Angel cosplayed Magali's ancestral mask as well. And so we kind of resigned that we weren't going to get Magali cards signed because of the ticketed system, and you had to get in line, and then her booth would open to give away tickets at 10 a.m. And then you would also just happen to have the time and everything would line up or whatever. So we're like, we're not going to get Magali signed. And yes, the lineup opened at 10 and all the tickets were sold out at 10:04. I'm in Chris Rawless's line. And last I heard, Angel was in Marta Nail's line. I have most of the cards to get signed because we make this spreadsheet, we color code it, it's cute. We take turns holding the cards, whoever's going to get more cards signed, etc. So I'm getting some cards signed, and this is the part of the people that get signatures too that like really make me encourage people to do this at events. Because people were in Chris Rawless's line. They were like, shit, I got to go to Magali's line. And other people are like, I will get your stuff signed for you. Run to Magali. And so everybody was taking turns, leaving cards with people so they could run to the Magali line, try to get a ticket or line up for something, and then they'd come back. And multiple people were just like, I'll get it signed for you. You don't need to give me any money. Just go get your thing. Like, it was nice chatting with you. And that's so sick. Just being like, no, I'll buy your signature for you. This was a great chat. It's so cool to meet you. Go get your shit signed. And that's so heartwarming. And sure enough, I like pull out my phone about to tell Angel like, damn, this Chris Rawless line is taking forever. Guy's coffee didn't kick in. To find out that Angel has said, I'm in the Magali line. I'm going to get a ticket. And I go, holy shit. And then I'm about to reply to her, and she sends me another message that says, I got a Magali ticket and my signing time is 10:05. So she's in like the very first batch. I turn to the guy behind me that I've been chatting with and I go, hey man. And he goes, do you need to run to another line? And I go, I got to get my girl these cards. He's like, go man, I will keep your spot for you. And I book it and I give her the Magali cards. I come back and very funny guy's like, damn, you move fast, man. Good on you. And he starts talking. He's like, football really crushed my knees. These days are hard. I'm like, yeah, you got to get a backpack that has good support. You know, you're just chopping it up. I get the card signed. I meet up with Angel. She's gotten basically all of her Magali cards signed. I am so fucking happy for her. That's all I wanted, was to make sure that Angel gets the big signatures that she wanted. That also means that because Angel normally gets single signatures done, I got my two Magali cards signed. So I got a Thalia Ketzerreich Katharin, shadow signed by Magali. Ooh. And Mentor de Cloisters, Monastery Mentor, Signed by Magali. Yeah, Magali had an unlimited single signature, or like 20 single signatures, 4 shadow signatures. Yeah. It was so sick. Again, it's one of those sick moments of like people willing to be like, I understand the struggle. Go. I'll hold your spot. And in some cases, people being like, yeah, I'll just pay for your cards. Go line up. Like, it doesn't matter, man. And these people just fucking met like 5 minutes ago. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's really sweet. Speaking of, some of you may have met my twin, Daniel Kane. Daniel, I have another story about hanging out with Daniel later on. But Daniel, I was in lineup and I ran into him and we started chatting because him and he's a Netherlands native. And we were going to do a magic day where we're going to hang out, get some lunch, all that stuff. It was his birthday yesterday. Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Dan if you end up watching this. Thank you for the hangs again. It was great. It was a pleasure. And for all for the cultural exchange as well. Dan managed to sneak the line and get my Nurturing Pixie by Iris signed. My whoop. Don't roll over it. Don't roll over it. Sorgliche Pixie. Yeah, the colors really pop. It's like green and copper, which is very relevant. Copper, underrated color to sign with. It just ends up being brighter than gold. Yeah, and green and copper. Damn. Speaking of copper, this one was a big one. I got this card signed in copper and had a very funny kind of, I go to this booth and they're like, they have a note that's like, please, we would love you to play with, or pay with change. And I was like, I have so many €5 bills and just like coins if you want them. And I paid for the stuff exclusively with change. And it's a Bazaar Baghdad. I got my Bazaar Baghdad shadow signed by Jeff Menges. It's like copper and purple. Or copper and like a rust. Yeah, Jeff's got a 6 signature. Like, the camera's not doing it justice, but it is fucking gorgeous. It's bright. It almost kind of picks up on like the purple of this guy's like, his like tunic. Isn't that like one of the most rare magic cards? I mean, it's a sought after card for sure. But you know what? It's the copy that I'm going to play with for the rest of my life that I paid $300 for that came wrapped in tinfoil. Like, this card's been with me for a long time. Psyop gifted 5 subs to the community. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Those subs went to Trimantha, A Clueless Bull, Moamin, Raffle, and Sitting Ox. Thank you, Psyop. That's incredibly generous of you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And Hershey Bar, for the 55th month, the man went to Europe and came back with a new camera angle. You're in a golden age. Thank you so much. I'm going to be back in Victoria on... Angel and I are going back on Saturday. And I'll probably do the Hobbit set review on Sunday. Just so everybody knows the timeline. But thank you for the support. Glad to have you. Good to see it. Yeah, Bazaar is a pricey magic card. It's like, I don't know. How much is a Bazaar right now? It's like 2,500 something. That's such an unreal story. Oh, Peps, I didn't even cover all of it. I got it from Dave Walker, who sold it to me. That came in like a cardboard box that was wrapped up in tinfoil. Looked like fucking leftover meatloaf. And he like reverse haggled to giving me a better... I was just going to pay the $300. I was in. But he gave it to me with 2 Scalding Tarns, a bunch of Korean Tempest Goblins and Mountains, and like a Japanese foil Deathrite Shaman. It was fucking wild. That would have been, what was that, 2012, I want to say? A little shy of $2,000. Hi, Angel. Bye, Angel. All right, next up. Got a bunch here by Johannes Voss. Johannes Voss used to be at a lot of North American events, and in fact, the last time I saw him was in Vancouver, so he was in Canada. Such a funny guy because he's I don't know if anybody, or I don't know if non-SIG people know this. He is a degen. He is a Magic the Gathering degen. When I saw him, he was like haggard. He's like, oh, I was up to fucking 4 a.m. playing Magic. And people were like, oh, so you're going to take tonight off? He's like, I mean, I don't know. When I saw him in Vancouver, he was playing a Commander game and then going like, hold on. Hi, what do you want? 4 SIGs? Sure. Thank you so much. Okay, 1 second. Let me play. It's so funny. Love the artists who truly love playing. Him and like Evan Fong. Evan Fong is a fucking degen. There's a bunch of them. I'll get to another one later on. Because there's a very sweet story for that. Lion's Eye Diamond, back for the 71st month. Counter all other spells. Draw a card for each spell countered this way. Oh, that's 2 blue, white from original Ravnica block. Oh, what the fuck are you called? It's not Swift Justice, is it? It's an Azorius instant. It has art of like a wizard that's kind of getting slurped. Like he's not getting his dick sucked. He's just kind of getting like sucked up by a vacuum. Shit, I forget what this card's called. I think you got me. If anybody knows the card, please let me know. It's not Render Silent. That's a 3-mana one. It's Swift Silence. I knew it was something Silence. Thank you. That good one. Good one. Cool card, by the way. Very cool card. Nevin for the 20th month. Can't stop, won't stop. Well, thank you so much. Please don't stop. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. How'd the Pixie deck go? I got dumpstered by Angel and then proceeded to just win my other matches, I think is how that went. Angel like 4-0'd me with green-white, and I was so demoralized. Yeah, classic or common Angel W. Anyways, let's talk about these Johannes Voss cards. Blut Kunstler. Got the Blood Artist. Ooh, Johannes Voss's signature is typically very thin, but very colorful and kind of really just kind of spreads. It's like it's not quite splatter, but like, I like that it feels like it just is thrown over the card. Yeah, very unique for sure. Ooh, that's silver. Look at the silver catching the light there with the red. Got a Phyrexian Eiche Körperwandler. Again, the silver and the blue. Ooh, the silver and then the blue. Damn. This one I've been looking for a while. I had a Japanese copy, and it's a card where I'm like, I don't want to pay like €20 or whatever it was for this. I think it was less. €16, $20 or whatever. I'm like, this is a commander card. I'm not going to be playing this for too long, surely. And then I just still play this in like so many of my Academy decks. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll get a foil one. Schatzkammer. Treasure Vault. This one I find very interesting because it's you have the silver, but it's just silver and black. And I think it works well because of the darker kind of the shadows in the corners, like the angle that we're looking at the treasure vault and the glimmer of the gold and whatnot. But it's kind of a funny, like, yeah, black and silver on the gold card. I don't know. I like it. It looks nice. It kind of caught me off guard. And then Thalia Vactrin von Freben. Again, we got the silver, but ooh, we got the purple. We got the purple. Damn. Damn. And then last but not least, I don't play this card in Canlander anymore, but this is a card that's so near and dear to my heart that if you've ever thought to yourself, wow, I fucking hate playing against Jeskai, you're welcome. Resto? No, I got my Resto Angel signed a while ago. This is Soulfire Grandmaster, baby. Or as I call it, Seelen für Großmeisterin. I love it. This one has... It's Jeskai. So you got the white, the blue, and the red. Damn. Again, this is, again, a sick quirk of an artist that plays the game and understands this is a Jeskai card. So but it's primarily white. So you get the blue and the red, almost like the hybrid activation cost. Like, what are we talking about? Damn, that's fucking sick. When he was signing it, I was standing there going like, ooh, okay. Yeah, it's real nice, real perfect. Kestig IRL, welcome back, or welcome to the stream. I mean, you've been in the stream quite some time, but thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. What does it do? It's a 2-mana 2/2 lifelinker that says instants and sorceries you control have lifelink, and then you can pay 2 and 2 hybrid blue-red. It says the next time an instant or sorcery, the next time an instant and sorcery that you have cast would go to the graveyard as a result of casting the spell, it says goes back to your hand. I played the shit out of this card in Jeskai back in the day, and it was quite good. Play it with Time Walk, Lightning Helix someone. Real nice. We have Luga Schmilchkalne. Luga, I had more cards from them that I could have got signed, but I got after I got these two signed. So we got a Velten Schopfung, which is a planar Genesis. Pretty classic silver and black. I really like the silver though. It's kind of weird. It almost has like it's white. It's not like a chrome or a metallic silver. It's kind of it's got this almost like what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like clear, like crystal. You know what I mean? Very nice. And Gedankenschwall, blue on blue. Again, the blue on blue, translucent. Yeah, it's kind of has a translucent vibe to it. Because you can, and if you look at the card too, you can kind of read the text underneath the silver. No, this is a Brain Surge. Yes. Yeah, very cool. We got 2 cards here by Lucas Graciano. Got some banging cards here as well. Got to chat with Lucas. I've gotten Lucas to sign a lot of cards before. Was talking about where he should go if he's visiting Canada and all that jazz. We got a Blood Tithe Harvester, Blutsent Eintreiber, in like a blood red with the black. Ooh. The blood red with the black. Looking good. Yeah, he's got a great signature. He did it. I've got my Up the Beanstalk and my Murktide Regent signed by him. And this is a big one. The Flage. Flage Titan des Furazon in pink. Pink and black. This pink almost has like a chrome kind of vibe to it. Again, this is a sig where the camera really doesn't capture just how much it pops. It's It's very pretty. I told you he was very confused why I had you sign my beanstalk before him, thinking you were a rando I met in line. Yeah. Yeah, nice guy. He's got great signatures, great artwork too. Apotheosis, welcome back for the 5th month. This isn't twitch.gov. How am I supposed to be sure this is real? Count me as super jealous of these SIGs. Thank you for the support. You have to believe me, this is a government-issued stream. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you. Good to see you. I only have one Matthias Kohlroos. It's the Nebelgruftbrücke, a Mistvault bridge. Again, a very nice signature. This is like... Damn, this is like a matte purple, almost. I haven't actually spent much time looking at this one. This is like fucking graffiti. Like, that's like a thick, very, it's like a paint marker. Looks really nice. Got a funny one here. Again, not a card I play with a lot in Canlander anymore. But if you've been around since the blue-green tempo days, you know I had to get the Waterfront Bouncer signed by Paolo Parente. I didn't have as many Paolo Parente cards as I thought to get signed, but I had to get the Waterfront Bouncer signed. Or as I know him, holy shit. Hoffenstrassen Rossscheimisser? Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Muscle Wizard. That's a long-ass name. Hoffenstrassen Rossscheimisser. Schmeißer? Sen Rossschmeißer. Jesus Christ. Sick Paolo Parente. From Paul Scott Canavan. Right funny cunt. Negerung Negerungskraft. It's like negate Eirungskraft. It's a force of negation. He was making jokes about how he had been hit in the head a lot. And that his signature. He was a funny guy. Yeah, very funny guy. Got that force of negation. This was sick. Okay, so this artist was not on the list. He was not... he did not have a booth. He was hanging out at another booth. He was doing signatures, but he wasn't there as a registered artist. Robert Bliss. So I got my Reanimate signed by Robert Bliss. Very funny. Signs signs Rob Bliss. And then he put a little star in a circle there. This was dope. I only found out about this because I saw it on one of the signature groups. It got mentioned. And I got my Reanimate signed and my German polymorph signed with the little smiley face in the corner. This guy, the most dry British guy you've ever met. It was so funny. Yeah. Very funny. Can I read the polymorph German name? Sure. Polymorph. And reanimate is reanimation. We got Kentern by Tom Vonderstrand. Vonderstrand? Capsize. Very thin signature along the bottom there. I kind of like that too. Again, the variety in signatures across artists is really interesting, especially depending on like the era that they're from. You know, the older artists, you get some more unique signatures. But then some of the newer artists or like the, you know, artists that were working in the 2010s and whatnot, they just, I don't know, it just adds a little something. But yeah, the Capsize with the red and the black too. It's more like it's like an orange. It's like an orangey pink. It's very like a salmon even. Very, very nice. We're hitting the end here. I got 2 from Wayne, England. I usually, if I get cards signed, they're Canlander cards. You know, if I don't like get commander cards signed because it's just, unless it's a commander, because it's just annoying for people that might not know what it does. But I did get my Shirei signed. My Shirei Shizo's Caretaker by Wayne, England. Had another very funny British moment where I got into Wayne England's line because there was only like one other person or 2 other people ahead of me. And he finishes signing some card and he goes, "Sorry, gents, gotta go to..." I'm not doing his accent justice, but he's just like, "Sorry, gents, gotta go to lunch." And he was very apologetic and very kind. But he was just like, "All right, time to go to lunch. Sorry, gents, be back at 4. Just kind of left. And it was like, all right, yeah, fair enough, man. Baby gotta eat. Also signed my Silence. Or as I call it, Schweigen. Ooh. And now the last 2 cards. So there's a bit of a story here. So after the convention... Oh, sorry, Wayne Reynolds, not Wayne England. Apologies. Yes, Wayne England of I was going to say Basalt Griffin or whatever it's called. Terrible Stone-Tongued Basilisk from Odyssey. I guess Cryptic Command would be more appropriate, but yeah. No, it was Wayne Reynolds. Apologies. Wayne Reynolds, who is from England, that's why I got it mixed up. So World Gorger Dragon, that's a much better card than the terrible Odyssey cards that I'm thinking of. So Daniel Kane was, I hit up Daniel. I'm like, yo, after the con, because Angel and I are in Amsterdam for like a week plus after this, we kind of want to just have like a magic day, just like a laid back magic day, get some lunch, get some hangs, play some Canlander or whatever. So Daniel meets us in Amsterdam and we hop on the train to go to Herr Hung. Oh God. If anybody from the Netherlands is in here, it's from up north. Moxspellen was the LGS we went to. Herr Hugovoord. So we went up to Herr Hugovoord, a store or a city in the Netherlands. It was, we got some lunch. It was, Daniel, Steph, his wife. And then we met up with, later we met up with, Sonder and Ray, to play some Canlander. It was great meeting all of them. But we also met up with, Shabi. Shabi, if you're watching this somehow, Guztelua? I don't know how to pronounce it. The artist of Corey Steelcutter and other cards, as you may be familiar. We met up with them, had some lunch, went to an LGS, played some Commander. I played my Eutropia deck. Angel played Renata. And Shabi killed us all with Pirates. And I got to tell you, again, we were talking about how nice it is when the artists play the game. And you could tell that Shabi was a real sicko. Was playing a Admiral Beckett Brass deck, a pirate type deck, and was running into very weird scenarios where we're like, hey, actually, so mana drain triggers on your second upkeep or second main phase and all that kind of stuff. And like, you know, your average Magic player, when you're like, actually, that's not how this card works. And they're like, I think you might be lying to me. Every single time, Angel was like, actually, this is how it works. Shabi was so sincerely like, thank you so much. I learned something new every time I play this game. And he was very sweet, very kind, very cool dude. And after he killed all of us, despite my best efforts of one-shotting him, I was like, well, now I don't feel bad to ask you to sign my Corey Steelcutter, or as I call it, the Schneider aus Koristall. Sick signature, by the way. Very nice golden red to go with this. And we go back to hang out at his place, and we played some Canlander. We're all playing Canlander. And Chabi was in the other room doing something. Didn't know what it was. But then after we had some Canlander and had some food and had some nice chats about the kind of people that you want to meet in the Magic content sphere and all that, and like the real ones, so to speak. You know, we were saying our goodbyes, and Chabi very kindly says like, hey, I've been working on this, and hands me this was such a sweet gift. I don't want to damage it. Hands me a full art Pyrogoyf artist proof, of which of course he was also the artist of, with a custom sketch on the back. This is so fucking cool. This was, I was like so taken aback. Like, I'm, you know, we talked about some of the stuff that people were very generous and very kind to give to me. I'm still not I'm not great at accepting gifts. In my head, I'm always like, what's your angle? Right? It's something I've tried to get better at, that, you know, I've worked in therapy on, and, you know, I think I've gotten a lot better at it. But when he handed this to me, I'm like, are you serious? There's no way. There's no fucking way. Like, it was such a sweet cap to such a lovely day of meeting new people, sharing stories, sharing some cultural differences, you know, asking questions about different parts of Europe, and you know, sharing this is what it's like in Canada, and getting some lunch and playing some Commander. And it was just a very lovely cap to a day, and it was a very nice, thoughtful gift. And I'm going to get this bad boy framed in one of the, you can get these like top loader frames that they kind of just, it's like a picture frame for the card that like rotates. I'd cry. I got pretty emotional. It was a very sweet gift, and just such a nice thing to receive. So thank you to Chabi, to everybody, to Daniel for putting it together, to Sonder and Steph and Ray. It was a very lovely day, and frankly, just one of those days where you're like, damn, I'm so glad we decided to spend more time in Amsterdam, you know? Yeah, we were just playing Canlander in the other room, and when we went back, he's like, I'm feeling, you know, he's got a big weekend coming up. He's feeling he wants to kind of just hang out. And that he was doing that, and it was just, it fucking caught me off guard. It was, yeah, so sweet, so incredibly cool. So yeah, those are all the goodies from Amsterdam, and that's kind of the recap. I had a great time. It was a very fun event. It was great to meet everybody. It was great to hang out and hear some sweet stories about what people, you know, there were so many people that were like, this is my first MagicCon. And it was such a fucking great first MagicCon for them, frankly. The Canlander meetup was sick. Getting to meet so many Canlander players. Getting to meet, frankly, a very diverse collection of Canlander players. You know? I'm always very proud at how cool Canlander players are, because they're always just not shitty, or very rarely are they shitty, and just seeing such a diverse group of people coming together and sharing their love of the game, it's really heartwarming. Yeah, it's really nice. So thanks everybody, especially those that went to the Canlander meetup that I met at the con, that talk to Angel and I and all that. It was a pleasure. It was a great trip, and I don't even care if I maybe gained some weight from all the cappuccino and gelato I had. It was worth it. I'm gonna call it there though, because I'm sweating. So it's so warm in this office, and I also want to get all the stuff ready. I gotta also get my suit ready. I got a wedding to go to tomorrow. And yeah, if you're in the Seattle Renton area right now, Angel and I are going to be at the Calendar Night tonight at Wizards Keep Games, just jamming. If you want to come and jam, they're always fun. The store is great too, so come on over to that. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because I got the wedding, and then we're traveling on Saturday. But then I'll be doing a stream on Sunday where I'm going to be doing the set review of The Hobbit. I think that all of The Hobbit is the PPRs tomorrow. There's a Hobbit PPR tomorrow on Loading Ready Run. I won't be at that, but you can tune into that tomorrow. And yeah, I know this was short, but I basically just wanted to tell people I was alive. It had been a long time. Gonna be, when I get back, gonna be streaming more. I'm not leaving the city for all of August, so there's gonna be pretty much just like 5, maybe even 6 streams a week every week for August. Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll tune into that. You should tune into that and all that jazz. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the folks that showed up, said kind words, all the folks that I met that were in chat as well, all the people that resubscribed. Anytime you take off an amount of time from streaming, it's always really scary to come back and be like, oh, everybody left. Understandably so, but it means a lot to me that people showed up and didn't abandon the little stream that we have here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Let me see if I can raid someone. I don't even know who's... I was going to say who's streaming at this time, but it's like 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I feel like I'm so out of it. What day is it? Where am I? Corey and Cameron are playing a game that looks pretty cool and good, and you could go... I'm just going to bump into the microphone. You can go watch that. This VOD will be up sometime soon. Oh, and if you gave me any cards and I couldn't remember your name, please let me know, because I'd like to give you credit. And especially if I play them in a deck on North 100 Showdown. Okay, I'll see you on Sunday. And enjoy the PPR. Bye! Oh God, how do I stop?